It looks like we are going to get into the action, ladies and gentlemen. The map is at last upon us. Enough talking, enough conjecture. We're going to put the actual matter at hand into play. We get to see who won that knife round as well. This is a T-sided map, so I would expect whoever won knife to choose the T side. That's what I'm going to assume. It looks like Limitless were the victors there. They also have a full 5 in lobby, which is very good tidings for them. Lag, a kit, a smoke for Nyx, and full USPs with armor. Aggression in towards B main for Weeza. Spotting for Info. I believe he's alone. He will head for the hills after getting the information. No kills on either side. Looks like Limitless are still going to continue to slowly probe forward towards this B site.
Weeza back towards Platt, peeks out, needs the shots, he's not hitting them, gets tagged down a little bit as well. The flash comes through, he dodges the flash, but not the bullets from Wiz, chiming on in with that opening entry with a Glock. Experative takes a dink as well, has to retreat as Tender comes through on the late rotation through middle. Nick X is waiting for it, and Tender will bide his time. He's just trying to lock down this rotation and buy more time for his teammates as the bomb ticks away. There is a kit available for Nyx. OG Wizard looking for the first bit of contact, does spot out the one. More players coming through for the CT side, Experative with the opener. Wiz and DJF, however, a couple of quick kills back and forth. Wiz ends with 3 on the round, Wolfie with 1 in the mix. And so Limitless, 4 alive on the pistol round, a confident victory for them. And for Lag, they're going to go in here, probably going to go for a save and buy up in round number 3. Will not have an op for OG Wizard, presumably, unless he's able to get a knife kill or some USP kills here. Don't think that's all too likely, though. For Limitless, good start in map number 1.
Good start, much needed start for that T side to get the ball rolling early. This map can be very oppressive if you don't win enough rounds on that T side. Stacking middle early, hoping for a press from Mac 10s. We'll fall back towards A. That is where the take is coming through. A very quick decision from Limitless as they stream in towards the site. 4 players close left. Mac 10 will clear it, getting a pair before falling. Nyx 1 and Wolfie and Wiz with the rifles in hand mop up the final pair. It's Experative alone, holding for the late flank in towards the middle. He's now left without a crew. Hold for exits. Hoping that the Mac 10 actually the AKs that go hunting, and Wiz clears his angle dutifully. A very hot start for him on the rifle and the pistols. 3 in the first, 2 in the second. And Limitless converting that pistol and sending us now to the actual rifle rounds proper. A bit of a bonus for Limitless. Lag, full M4's utility. But interestingly enough, no kit. Meaning a retake will be difficult.
Well, just don't let him plant the bomb, right?
That's the idea.
Famous last words, isn't it? How many times have we seen that logic end up fallible?
More often than not.
Well, Nick X in a good angle around that smoke. Flashes in, but Tender's on the angle. OG Wizard will now take up his fallen comrade's position. A lineup here for 10 potential 2. But DJF on the Mac 10, second man in, trades it out and swaps to the A4. Nyx and Experative taking more mid-control here. So many bodies been expended here. Now another one falls for Limitless as Seb hits the dirt. But the bomb can rotate away, and it's heading over towards B, where Weeza will wait for them to walk on through, but he has a lot of angles to watch, and only one pair of eyes to do so. In towards Canals now at E-Box, but he's going to have to worry about his timing too, because so much possibility is available for Limitless to slip on through to the other side. A lurk on A, though. It's a very weird call from Limitless, almost using Wolfie as a decoy. Probably going to try to bait out Weeza. That'll actually signal the rotation out. It's worked. One. No, he holds. That's a really good call. Experative noting there's only one on the peak. And now the bomb creeps to Obelisk. Weeza can peek out and stop the plant. No, it's on the safe side. It's a really smart plant from Wiz. And he will lose that fight, however, to Weeza, as DJF now 1 alive in a 1 versus 2. Plenty of time to defuse as well, despite the lack of a kit. They have to go together. Experative and Weeza smoke Molly and nade. DJF, though, takes the fight. Those nades are down, but Weeza hits the headshot. And so Lag will limp to victory on the first gun round. But it was a bit of a bonus for Limitless. The money dashed for Lag. And a good chance to reset the CT side for Limitless into round 4.
Seb's gonna have a compromised investment, maybe a Mac 10 drop, maybe a Galil drop. We'll see how the money shakes out for this T side. That should be a rather small issue when compared to the very difficult economic decisions faced by Lag. Now we'll scrounge up what they can. They're missing helmets on Experative and OG Wizard. Utility on them light as well. Nyx prioritizing utility, going for the MP9. I like the play. We do have kits this time around, so that hole has been shored. Question is, can Lag get 2? Or will their victory be isolated? With carpets. The bulk of this T side is towards A. One is in middle, hanging his feet, dangling his feet out the window. It's an interesting spot from Tender. I'll activate this late alert showing presence, keeping Nick X distracted. Is the play going to come through? Right after that smoke fades, I'm sure. There we go. Now they activate. Nyx is spotting. Nick X is in camera. Flash exit. Here comes the play. Flash in. Nick X spotted. Nyx unable to find anything on the MP9. It was a compromised weapon holding A. And that means the plant is swiftly secured. The Tech 9 of Seb is felled. TJF though a trade with a second. The MP9 at range finally chips away one. But this late flank, counter flank from Tender, I should say, catches Weeze up, leaving the final pair Experative and Nyx over towards exit, towards camera. They'll find the first scaling forward, but Nyx is now low. Experative has the kit. He'll tap. The MP9 can't save him. Experative comes off, still gets the trade though, leaving us in a 1 versus 1. Time is of the essence, however, and Tender is biding his time, won't even go through. And that will be the round sealed for Limitless. Lag's singular victory now isolated with only one rifle scavenged into the next. That means their economy is going to be sent to a very difficult spot. However, Limitless, a very similar position for them, is while they get the victory, they lose 80% of the team.
I was going to say, it's kind of lucky for Limitless that Lag are on such economic constraints because their money's horrible too. It's going to be minimal utility again for the T side. A Galil on Seb, so we can actually acquire more of that util. And Lag are not going to fall into the whirlpool that is a Force 5-4. They're going to half it here. A couple of 5.7s. We've seen how lethal those guns can be countless times throughout ECL, and just that hero rifle in Experative's hands is going to have to perform well. OG Wizard off to a slow start, 1 and 4. Keep an eye on that as we move forward through this map. And it might be a little bit longer before we can get the op out as well, unless Nyx will probably drop that over for him into the next round. And that's where I think we'll see Lag with a little bit different of an approach to their defensive side. But Limitless have looked very fluid and very free with how they start off these T rounds. Sometimes they'll poke and prod in towards middle, sometimes they'll pressure A, sometimes they'll pressure B. Time not really of the essence for them, rather lackadaisical in how they take things, and they group up outside of B main. Experative's hero rifle is here to try and rebuke this take, at least get a couple of kills, 1, maybe 2. Weeza, however, has found himself an upgrade, and that could come back to bite the Limitless side. Experative's rifle strikes with minimal damage. Nick X and Experative, another one here. Tender, the last one standing, has to Alamo this out. No bomb. Time is starting to pull away from him as well, as through the smoke, Experative charges. Still in it, OG Wizard's HE lands and hits its mark. Down goes Tender, and Limitless fall. One player as a casualty for Lag on the pistol. You can't even call it a half buy. 2 5.7s is all they invested into that round. One found the lurk. Experative's hero rifle on B did wonderfully. Exactly what he needed to do, but he played off of the USPs charging through Temple first, used them as distractions, took down the players otherwise occupied on Limitless, and the rest of the team scaled forward, found the kills they needed to, and so Lag strike a huge blow to Limitless early. And we find ourselves with a technical timeout right off of the back of that. Not sure how long this one's going to last. There's been no communication about that yet. But boy, oh boy, what a time for this to happen for Lag, because that's a lot of momentum that just swung back into their favor. This gets stymied off of the back of this technical pause.
It's a catastrophe. They finally found a moment to breathe. to let their economy build once more against pistols and one saved rifle. As you mentioned, only 2 5.7s being invested into the round. That should be a moment to build your economy back up, to give yourself a little bit of resilience should you lose a round later on. And yet they only find one solitary frag, not even a bomb plant to be spoken of for the Limitless side. And that sends their own economy asunder now. We mentioned that they were kind of pushed to the brink in the round prior due to the simple fact that they had lost 4 and, of course, had struggled in the round prior. They still got a decent buy on the board, and yet still, pistols, lag, life is a game. Making it work, making it look convincing, and that is the kind of team we're expecting to see. Now they have a lot of money in the bank. They can easily afford ops. Things might turn rather quickly into their favor unless Limitless can bounce back in the face of this adversity.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Limitless to bounce back. I'm not sure if they're going to want to force or not here, as they didn't get the bomb down. They have a couple of players with a decent amount of money, but it's not a significant amount that might be too little to entice the full-on investment here. We're heading back into the game, though, and let's see. I'm at the. They're going to go in. They're going all in. Tech 9s, AK for Tender, DJF, Glock, and Util. But hey, if it worked for lag on the CT side, let's say it can't work for Limitless too. Find a gun, scale off, get the bomb down, hold it down. Plenty of opportunities here for the T side as they train in towards A main. The Molotov extinguished, but that was the AK that took a lot of that damage. Nick X, or rather Nix, over at Cake. Nick X here to support, but it's Nix and Nick X. The pair finding one apiece. OG Wizard in next, sprays down 2, continues firing down range as he runs out of ammunition. All 3 players here, now all 4 of the lag tracks remaining alive. Charging forward, DJF will get one more with that salvaged AK, but a relatively clean round nonetheless for lag. And this following one should be much easier for the CT side, as there will be no real investment for Limitless. A P250 or 2 across the board is the maximum you could expect to be invested by Limitless here, and lag can have a chance, as you said, to breathe, and more importantly, to build up some money on the CT side.
Build up some money, build up some confidence, find their groove. Still yet to see that op we're talking about. But OG Wizard has an AK that's just as at home. We talked about pre-show. 3-3, full save, Limitless humbled. This MP9 could harvest on site. Nix also could get overwhelmed. That was a very solid flash. Nick X, the support, doesn't do much. Nix, there's the one, but first from Tender. It's a trade, and first, I believe, from Wiz, even more. OG Wizard reins things in, finds 2, looks for the final on site in Tender, and find it as well. Bomb will be defused, but a bomb plant and 2 kills, pretty good for Limitless, all things concerned. However, as we talked about, this is a T-sided map, and I would say 8 is par for the course. 8, 9 even, par for the course on this T side. Right now, 8 is a best-case scenario for Limitless, and not very likely, all things considered.
I mean, Limitless in their 2 games played a 38.9% T-side win rate, a 25% CT side win rate, granted against Nouns and NRG. For lag, a 45.5% CT side, 43.8 on the attack. So, not stellar numbers again, but still, lag are putting up some good rounds here. Off of the back of that pistol, Limitless are only able to get 3. It's not really enough, and they even isolated with the first lag round too on top of it all. OG Wizard boost up, sees the shadow, good little angle, no return damage taken by the CTs as well, and that is the kind of stuff you can expect from OG Wizard and from lag. Experative to Canals, and it's actually a team kill from Seb on the first. Weeza has the second, so Experative's peak ends up yielding nothing but damage, but the lag boys won't care. They've got a 3-man advantage here. And while Weeza does fall, DJF's on 1 solitary point of health, and Wolfie's hanging out in Canals, hoping he can get something other than being sent up the river. That is a nice opener onto Experative, and brought this to a technically winnable 2v3. But again, remember, DJF on 1 HP makes this a very steep mountain to climb. Might even say a cliff face, and you're going to have to free climb it. There's no rope, and there's nothing to catch you if you fall.
There's not. TJF, a sliver of HP, is really going to hinder things. He's going to walk B main. It's honestly the best tool he can take because it's against the op.
OG Wizard doesn't miss these.
Yeah, that's a free one for him. Nick X on timing. Wolfie walks up, Spot comes in, and that was the last real hope of the round. As you mentioned, OG Wizard doesn't miss those. Even as the smoke blooms, he'll find the kill. No bomb plant again. 5 for lag. That eco round victory. Starting off quite the sprint for a CT side of Anubis. And Limitless now are the ones stuck in a rut. Not really enough to justify a 4 spy. They could go for Galils if they were really keen on it, but they're going to go for pistols, a half buy instead. Some utility, some pistols, maybe some Kevlar. Yep, a trio on Kevlar, one with a helmet. And it looks like we're going to have a technical pause, ladies and gentlemen. We're having some connection issues. That player was caught mid-walk as he disconnected. This match, or this round, I should say, is assuredly going to get match medic. That was before any damage was done. Lag, though, as I mentioned, definitely in the driver's seat at this stage, and that is very concerning. Limitless had to get things under control very quickly, or this half and this map is going to slip away from them.
Yeah, even still, it should be a 6th on the board on the CT side for lag, given the lack of investment available for Limitless. And then if it goes 7, 8, CT side is massive at that point. And lag of all the momentum heading into that second half, where they do go to the favored side, the offensive end of things, where they can really control all of the momentum as well. For lag, things I won't say are going swimmingly, but they are going well so far. And also, remember when OG Wizard was 1-4? He hasn't died since.
Statement from him. OG Wizard's really taken over as well. I was going to mention, I got distracted and forgot about it. Everybody's kind of more or less even, within 2-3 kills thereabouts on lag, but our player to watch, OG Wizard, has kind of just skyrocketed back to the top. 9-4, beginning to take over.
It's 8 kills and 0 deaths since he was 1-4.
Tasteful tag from Weezer.
I really want to know if Weezer's name is a reference to Weezer, the band.
I pray not. Better not be.
Something tells me it is, Nate.
I sincerely hope that that is not true.
Maybe in playoffs we'll have to ask him if it is the case or not.
Yeah, I could see them making it. We both said we could very well see them making it. Ideally,
I think they should make it. What part of the playoff will they make it into is the question.
Yeah, they're starting that lower bracket's going to be tough, but I could see them, honestly, sprinting up to that first round of upper playoffs. First round.
Think they can make that top 6?
Say not that top 2, but that top 6, maybe. Maybe.
I could see it if they keep on growing. It'll be tough, but they might be able to slip in there. It's definitely possible.
Certainly is.
Still
Looks
no
like
communication on this.
Come back. Somebody's back at least. It looks like it was Wiz, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it wasn't Wiz. Maybe it was the person above. Regardless, it looks like they've returned. They're still chatting. Probably trying to figure out if the server's okay.
Probably have to wait for a medic, or we will have to wait for a medic too.
Yeah, someone to restart the server real quick.
So also, the money you see over for lag, not accurate. Same for Limitless. We're going to have to wait for the medic here to fix things up. But
so I saw this mentioned in the chat, and I think it's a good topic because my friends have been talking about it recently, Boggs. I don't know if you've seen the wave. But recently, a lot of players have been going back to the tried and true classic AK, no skins, no nothing, no nada. I wanted to get your thoughts on this phenomenon.
Nate, I've had the same AK skin since 2018.
Same.
It is a stat track point disarray with like 112,000 kills on it.
That's insane.
A lot of that's from DM. But
yeah.
I like skins. I like having them on my guns. Now, if you're going to go for a stock models. AK, at least get a cartel.
It's not. There's no. I think the thing is the new models are sick.
The new models are cool, but put the cartel on there so you get the detail on that on the metal part.
Yeah, but you don't get the new model.
That's true.
It's been the big discussion amongst my friends recently. It's going back to the vanilla skins. The M4A4 and the A1S are also pretty sick.
I saw a vanilla A4 last night too.
They look really clean.
They look good, but I don't know if it's better than Dragon King, man.
They're going. They're going. Okay. Here we go. Into the site they come. Nick X and Nix to defend 1 and 2. Seb trade with the Tech 9. And Wiz is second on the Deagle. Experative looking to make an expressway of this round. No bomb plant secured. We'll find 2. Weezer 1. Nick X and Nix their singular kills start as well. 6-3, a succinct victory for Lag as we get back into it. I heard some typing. It doesn't look like a timeout came through. That means I'm not sure what exactly was going on in the chat. Maybe banter, maybe something else in the back end. Who knows? But Lag has guaranteed themselves at least a tied ball game in the second half. Potentially looking for more. Likely going to get more, honestly, with the momentum as it is. My biggest question is, will Limitless ever pull out an off to challenge the likes of OG Wizard? A double push in towards A main to switch things up, and towards Canals for Weeza.
Oh, I love it.
Huge, suffocating play. 1 and 2 kills secured and unanswered. They
With
can
the
fall
flash,
back.
too.
Yeah,
It's the flash peaks.
Perfectly timed and exemplary. I believe it was through windows on A. The last 3 are kind of forced to go towards middle. Try and win out. Tender, lots of damage. OG Wizard, a collateral. Only onto 1 enemy, however. A little bit of damage now taken by Lag to lock in this round. Economy, though, kind of bountiful. Don't worry too much about it.
That was crispy.
Very crispy. OG Wizard, as you mentioned, stride. Push B main, a major whiff from Weeza. As now the damage is truly being done to the CT economy. Not that it really matters at this stage. The question is, can DJF make this work? Doesn't know where they are. They're both coming from Canal. There's a spot. OG Wizard struggles on the spray, but pulls it back, gets the kill around the smoke. 3 for him in the round, 12 overall in the half, and he can easily reinvest into an op for himself. He will do that. 7-3 Lag, looking for 8 as well off the back of it, due to the lackluster economy of Limitless.
Lackluster economy for Limitless, bountiful bank accounts for Lag, all of the utility. One thing I do have to gripe about, this is an incredible nitpick, is that Nyx was not dropped a gun. I know it's a big nitpick, but come on. Think of the team
economy a bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Experative could have dropped an A1S, perhaps.
Yep. Or Weeza, too. Both have a lot of money. Speaking of the devil, he's out in E-box. Backs away from the smoke. Has to be very careful. Oh, he's going to nade this. That's going to do chunky damage. Never mind, they go. Oh, that's a lot of damage regardless. He'll still be able to pick up 1 as well. The AK won't shine. Now it will. Molotov in. Experative 2. OG Wizard spots out DJF towards B main as well. Molotov comes forward to force the bomb away. And if OG Wizard did see him, it'll be a bomb icon on the minimap too. He might just force the issue as well. Taking out with the op aggressively. Down goes DJF. Nice shot right at the waistband. Nick X onto Tender for the last. That's 7 in a row for Lag. Last round of the first half forthcoming. It'll be an op for Wiz. Your question is answered on the final round of this first half, Nate. And maybe we'll get to see the oppers duel here. I was also wondering that as well, whether or not Limitless would go for the op on the T side. It hasn't even been that suffocating. It's been the riflery. It's been the flash peaks. It's been the well-timed aggression or lack thereof from Lag that is really putting the pressure on Limitless here.
Limitless hit their stride early by playing together, hitting their shots when needed, and going relatively quick, one-dimensional. Doesn't work when the rifles proper come through from Lag. They hit their stride with the pistols, and from there they haven't looked back, as you mentioned. Down. DJF over top still drops Experative. Finally, Lag's aggression getting called out. He's a reflacked in. Player on the smoke, though, that he doesn't see. That will be much to his chagrin. Caught by the very same man. DJF doubling down. OG Wizard now at bat in towards Temple. Smoked up on Ross. Does spot one. missed opportunity. Tender tagged by the spam. Still negotiate the crossing well. OG Wizard trying to sow some chaos, throws a Molotov. No push forward, finding one. 1 round left, caught by a player stuck in the of the scope. Last alive, Nyx now to retake 1 versus 4.
Look at Wolfie.
First secured. Wolfie on the flamethrower. This is curtains. This is done. Limitless stem the bleeding, but can they come back? We'll find out after the halftime break. An early start for Limitless leads to nothing but a steep fall. They catch themselves in the final round of the first half, but the question is, can they bring it back on this CT side? It's Pineapple Phillips and Bugs to bring you the action, and Limitless to try and dig themselves out of the hole they find themselves in now. Limitless. Double dualies. No kit. Lag, a straight walk contact up middle. 2 players are here. Dualies in their hands, and Nyx and Weeza drop them both. The double dually super soldiers caught, and now DJ App has to try and hold on for dear life over towards A. 1 secure, 2 secure, and a 3rd. No, can't be. Wiz trying to enter in towards exit, only finds 1. OG Wizard dashes his aspirations. Seb, a quiet first best of 1 on the evening, now left in the clutch. 1 versus 2 with OG Wizard on low HP. Most certainly doable. With this quick rotation from Lag, it becomes far more difficult for the final remaining CT.
No kit. Plenty of time right now, but it's going to be very hard to unseat the both of these two remaining players in Nick X and OG Wizard. Seb is walking his way forward. USP at the ready. Nick X ready for a temple run now. Keeping an eye towards that CT cross as well. Gets a little closer, peeks out. One shot is all he needs. And so Lag, the T-side pistol, establishing that stranglehold on Limitless now, who are in a very tough spot. Do they force? Do they not? Do they surrender double digits? Most assuredly. Or do they risk it all now in round 14? It seems the former is the case. And Lag, go farm some money. Get an easy round on the board. Look to shut down the gun round that'll be forthcoming in round 15, which will put them on the fast track to victory here in our first best of one of the night.
Very fast track there. When that first rifle round, it almost feels like curtains from that stage. Nick X spamming the smoke in middle, showing presence. There is a whole boatload of players here. In fact, they're going to take the fight to him. He's full blind. He's spraying the wall. Won't do anything. Won't be a double dink. Actually combines with Wiz instead, rather. Finds a second. It's OG Wizard again, ever present, trying to dig his way back, trying to prevent these players from grabbing the rifles. He'll find two to even things back up. JF, a swift rotation. Oh, some chaos, a good dink, some good damage, not a kill. 3 on the round for OG Wizard. He slows things down. It's another trial ahead. Hint one behind as well. Wolfie, a lot of damage again from these pistols, but they lack that stopping power. The last alive caught from behind. What was a rather scary touch and go round is very quickly recovered by this trio. OG Wizard, Experative, and Nyx, reining things back in and dashing the aspirations of Limitless.
Nate, this is why you use 45 ACP. All right.
Is that in this game?
I don't know, actually. I legitimately don't remember what they have.
The ump is a 45, that's it.
I know the 5.7 uses the FN57 round, and that's basically a dialed down M556, but it's also why it's over $1 a round. Anyways, it's guns up for Limitless. Rifles this time, 5.56, M4A4s, and A1Ss across the board. 7.62 Kalashnikovs, and I'm not sure off the top of my head what the Galil uses. Over on the T side.
Might be a 5.56 variant, probably 7.62.
It's probably something weird like a 243.
No chance. No chance they do that. I'm not going to know, and I'm not going to say factually until I look it up. Seb tested in middle. Smoke fades. It's a 50-50, and Nick X is the one on the short end of the stick. Not even much damage done either. 4 versus 5. A big advantage for Limitless that they cannot afford to let fall by the wayside. Contact in towards B. A bit of a split. 1 for 1 to start things off. A second secured for Experative, though, and the smoke over towards Temple stymies any further CT re-aggression. 3. Wolfie, Seb, and Wiz. This is the 3 of Experative, OG Wizard, and Weeza. Good spot from OG Wizard. A bit of a sloppy spray, but the flash from Weeza helps him. Final pair approaching from the very same angle, trying to play the numbers game. Experative in the corner, though. He's 1, and Weeza behind the pillar swings out for the second, combining fire with his teammates. That redundancy in that close angle does not become expected by Limitless, and that should be curtains at this point. All things considered, this best of 1 should be done. Limitless.
Yeah, realistically.
Trailing by 7. No money for weapons. They're going to half buy, maybe even full buy at this point, knowing how far things have gone. No, it's a half buy instead. Measured. I respect it, but again,
yeah,
feels far too long gone to be playing for the next round. They only need 2 to close it out.
Also, Nate, I looked it up. Galil is chambered in both 5.56 and 7.62.
The game tells you what it's chambered in, canonically.
Yeah. I don't know. I just looked up what the actual gun is chambered in.
Fair enough. Wolfie, trying to make a round for himself. Finds 2. It's not enough. Not nearly enough. There's 1 remaining tender. Known to be here. He threw the smoke. He's down to half HP. And he does exchange broadsides favorably with 1. He has still 2 more to deal with. And that 3rd to finish off. Bomb plant down, timer ticking. This should be a tender. 1v3 boxed in from both ways, and that is 12-4 secured. One more round in lag will send us off to the brief post-game show / break, and of course, to that second best of one in the evening.
Indeed. We got an off on both sides. What could be the last round of the first best of one of the evening here. Wiz has his OG Wizard gearing a 4.0 KD. Has a big green in his hand. Never mind, he sold it. He went back to the AK. Or did he drop the AK? Did he drop the op? And there's no way he would do that.
No.
He had
even
the
I
op for a
wouldn't be that
second.
bad with cash. Launches in. Tender. God looking.
That's
Might have been full blind. Could have been the HUD that we have. 5 versus 4 secured.
I think he tried to go to a Molotov and drop it, but he just got ran over.
Destroyed. Double swing from OG Wizard and Weezer, clearing out that close angle, securing more space in the post plant. Seb and Wiz, a final pair. One around the smoke might kind of catch OG Wizard. Yep, a bit of flare as well with the no scope. Time halfway gone to the bomb. No kit. First found of 2. And Seb had a quiet nap, and it might have a quiet end as well. Experative over. The smoke finds the kill. It is a very quick 13-4 victory for lag. Keep in mind as well, they lost, what, 4 of the first 5 rounds before putting it to bed.
Yeah, they just went on a streak after losing 4 of the first 5. They won that first gun round in round number 3. Very tumultuous.